Hello viewer, I'm Father Lokk. Please subscribe and enjoy the programs.
The salty air crackled with anticipation. Lucky Radcliffe surveyed his beach house, a palace of glass and steel overlooking the churning Pacific. Tonight it was a temple of revelry. 170 guests, the cream of Los Angeles society, partied on his expansive deck. Lucky, a titan of tech, knew how to throw a party. This New Year's Eve bash would be legendary. He'd spared no expense. Cases of champagne chilled, a monument to excess. Atop the dunes, a team prepped his pyrotechnic masterpiece. Tonight, the sky itself would explode in a symphony of light. Lucky scanned the crowd, his eyes searching for his girlfriend, Tisha. She was radiant, a queen in a crimson dress. Her laughter was music to his ears. He pushed through the throng, his heart thrumming with love and the thrill of the night. The music swelled, the crowd roared, it was almost midnight. Lucky felt a pang of unease. Where was Christopher? Tisha's co-worker had been a last-minute addition, a quiet, brooding presence in the festive chaos. Lucky had noticed his lingering stares at Tisha, the way his eyes followed her every move. It made his skin crawl. He wouldn't let anyone spoil this night. He found Tisha near the bar, her laughter echoing over the music. Relief washed over him. As he reached for her hand, a figure lurched between them. Christopher, his eyes bloodshot, reeking of alcohol. His gaze was fixed on Tisha, a predatory gleam in his eyes. The beach pulsated with energy. Music vibrated through every bone, every heart. The crowd, a kaleidoscope of color and movement, danced with reckless abandon. They were oblivious. They didn't see the darkness lurking at the edge of the light. The first fireworks erupted, painting the sky in fiery hues. Cheers erupted from the crowd. The countdown began. 10, 9. The air crackled with excitement. 8, 7. But Lucky's blood ran cold. He saw him. Christopher, silhouetted against the blazing sky, a dark figure on the dunes. He held something long and dark, a rifle. Fear, sharp and cold, pierced Lucky's gut. This was wrong, this was bad. He had to get to Tisha, he had to protect her. He pushed through the crowd, adrenaline surging, but it was too late. Christopher raised the rifle. The first shot was lost in the roar of the crowd, the explosion of light overhead. But then came another, and another. Screams ripped through the night. Christopher swayed, a predator in expensive clothes. His eyes, glazed with alcohol, roamed over Tisha's body. She shifted uncomfortably, trying to put distance between them. His laughter was a discordant note in the symphony of celebration. "You're even more beautiful up close," he slurred, his words hot on her skin. Tisha recoiled, fear a knot in her stomach. "Christopher, you're drunk, please leave me alone." He grabbed her arm, his grip bruising. "Come on, just one dance." "For me?" Panic flared in Tisha's chest. She tried to pull away, but his grip tightened. "Let go of me!" Lucky saw the struggle. He crossed the distance in 3 strides, fury burning in his veins. He ripped Christopher away from Tisha, throwing him back with a force that surprised even himself. "Get away from her," Lucky growled, his voice low and dangerous. Section 4. The Altercation and Expulsion. Christopher stumbled, his eyes blazing with drunken anger. He lunged at Lucky, fists flying. Lucky dodged easily, landing a blow to Christopher's jaw that sent him reeling. "Don't touch her!" Lucky roared. His voice was lost in the rising panic of the crowd. The music stopped. The party was dissolving into chaos. Security guards, alerted by the commotion, rushed in and pulled Christopher away. He struggled against them, spewing threats and obscenities. His eyes, filled with venomous rage, met Lucky's. "You'll regret this," he hissed. "Both of you." They dragged him away, his curses echoing in the night. Lucky held Tisha close, his heart pounding. He thought it was over. He was wrong. Section 5, Christopher's Revenge. The countdown continued. 5, 4. The fireworks painted the sky in a kaleidoscope of color, each explosion masking the crack of the rifle. People screamed, falling to the ground, clutching wounds that blossomed red against their party clothes. 3, 2. The air filled with the coppery tang of blood, the acrid smoke of gunpowder. Christopher moved like a phantom through the strobe lights of the fireworks, his rifle spitting fire. Each shot found its mark. He was methodical, relentless. He was enjoying this. 1. Happy New Year! The final firework exploded, a deafening roar that shook the ground, and then silence. A silence more terrifying than the screams. The smoke cleared, revealing the carnage. Bodies lay strewn across the once festive deck, their blood staining the white cushions crimson. Section 6. The Grisly Aftermath. The silence was shattered by the wail of sirens. Emergency vehicles raced toward the beach house, their flashing lights painting the scene in a macabre glow. Paramedics, their faces pale with shock, rushed to tend to the wounded, but it was too late for most. The stench of blood mingled with the salty air, a sickening perfume. Police officers, their expressions grim, secured the area. They found Christopher's body slumped against the dunes, the rifle still clutched in his lifeless hand. A single, self-inflicted gunshot wound marred his temple. He had taken his revenge and his life in the same breath. The first responders, hardened professionals, were sickened by the carnage. Some vomited in the bushes, unable to stomach the sight of so much death. Lucky, covered in the blood of his guests, stumbled through the wreckage, his mind numb with shock. He found Tisha's body near the bar, her eyes staring vacantly at the star-studded sky. He collapsed beside her, his screams swallowed by the roar of the waves. The party was over. The grand beach house, once a beacon of celebration, stood silent, a monument to madness and despair. The air, thick with the stench of death, whispered a chilling truth. Evil wore many masks, and tonight it had worn the mask of celebration. Thanks for stopping by to watch this unnerving tale from Father Lokk and Father Lokk's Horror House. Welcome to the family, all new subscribers. It's such an honor to call you a Lokk. Please subscribe and hit your notification bell if you haven't already. Be safe out there. And in the words of Father Lokk, always remember and always know that he love y'all. Happy New Year, everybody, and happy Lokk year, Lokk family.